It's basically just adjusting to.
Okay, guys, I am back on for this live stream here, reacting to the Packers pick of the second round. I got some requests to start, so that's why I am on here. There's nobody in here right now, but that's okay. I will wait this out until the Packers are picking. Right now, the Patriots are making the pick, and they made their pick. They moved up from the third round into the second here, so
what they're going to do at the quarterback position. I don't know if you've heard.
I'm just going to sit and wait this out here.
He's not there anymore. He is now a member of the Tampa Bay Bucks. So the pick is in for the New England Patriots. And we're going to figure out in just a few
Denzel Mims went off the board, and wow,
we have everything squared away.
We missed out on him.
What the Patriots are doing at pick 60.
Have we picked out second round yet? No.
The Baltimore Ravens
no, we haven't.
60th pick to the
New England is on the clock, and they are making their pick here.
In the 2020 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Josh Uche, linebacker.
Josh Uche, the outside linebacker from Michigan for New England. Okay, that's a pretty good pick right there. I think Uche is a pretty good outside pass rusher for New England. I don't understand why the Patriots are making a move up to go get him here, but he's talented.
In Miami, Florida, for Josh Uche and where he's going. Hometown of Miami. His father emigrated here.
I'm going to put a banner up here, so
he didn't start again
Titans are on the clock. I'll put that down there.
Another linebacker that's draftable at Michigan, Khalif Hudson, every once in a while would come off the field, Lewis, just to get Uche on the field, and now he's off the board first.
All right, the Packers have not made a pick yet, so
this is the typical New England Patriot pick.
This is why I'm just having this thing start because I just got some requests to start it. That's it.
Stack off the ball and play in a 4-3. He can stack off the ball and play a 3-4. But the thing he can really do is get after the passer because he's got tremendous first step.
Okay, Neville Gallimore says Edgar. Neville would be a pretty interesting pick. I kind of question scheme fit in terms for the Green Bay Packers, and speaking of which, they are on the clock right now. So this is going to get pretty interesting here.
He's just one of those guys who you just wonder, why didn't he play even more for the Michigan Wolverines?
The Tennessee Titans have made their pick, and this will be interesting if they take Josh Jones.
Yeah, he broke out
the offensive tackle out of Houston. I think we could go that direction since he has dropped. It's kind of surprised me.
Remember, they lost a lot of defensive players in free agency. Vic Casario.
Hopefully picking his linebacker. I definitely agree, Demon Knight.
Very effective in using over the years.
And his linebacker here would be good. Maybe we wait till the third round to go get your maybe your receiver. I don't know. It seems like the receivers are just dropping out really quick. To my surprise, that Van Jefferson went off the board. He went off in the second round to the Rams. Denzel Mims went just a few picks before this to the New York Jets, and that was a really huge bummer. I was hoping we were able to get him at 62. Same here, Keegan. It's sad, but I think we'll be okay. Yes, we can still get Josh Jones. I don't know what's going on. I think the rawness and everything is what's causing Jones to fall here. Whew. So after the Titans pick, we're going to be back on the Titans pick, we're on the clock, and we're going to find out who the pick is if we didn't trade it. So far, there isn't any news on if there has been a trade yet. I kind of would like to see a trade, because I'd like to backfill the pick that we gave up in the fourth round to go get Jordan Love. So it would make a lot of sense to just get Baylor here, get 2 third-round picks like I predicted in my mock, because the value pick is just not there. Yeah. So this is going to be interesting. Keegan, why did I delete my earlier live stream? It's because people just kind of left the stream. So I just didn't want to do that, and it just wound up getting cut short because people didn't care that much. Who are we getting? PGG. Ooh, my guess is that we are going to go for a wide receiver, possibly along the lines of Brian Edwards is an interesting prospect. He can block. And I think he's an underrated player too. If we're going to go inside linebacker, I can see along the lines of a Willie Gay Jr., a Malik Harrison, Troy Dye. I think he's a little high for him. I'd rather much get him in the third round. Logan Wilson would also make some sense. And then there's Houston's offensive tackle Josh Jones that we could get here. If we get Josh Jones, I think this will be a steal, in my opinion, because we need an offensive tackle. Who is the best wide receiver now? That's a very good question. I like to scroll through the list of wide receivers that are available right now. Let's see. In my opinion, I think it's Brian Edwards, but I think he's a day 3 grade. And let's see, there's KJ Hill that is still available. Michael Pittman is gone. Donovan Peoples-Jones might make some sense, but I think he's a third rounder.
Unite behind this cause, we can provide relief for those significantly impacted by the pandemic. Every dollar counts. Who
do we get? I am not sure yet.
Visit NFL.com.
The guy from Texas, Devin Duvernay, yes. I actually really like Devin Duvernay. He can probably play outside, he can play inside. He's a little bit smaller than the Packers. The Packers' desired height threshold. But I think Devin Duvernay would be a good pick. The franchise guy has talked up Devin Duvernay a lot, and I think he would be very happy if it's Devin here. And I wouldn't mind having Devin as well. I don't know too much about him. I didn't scout him carefully. Okay, the Titans are making the pick.
In the 2020 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Christian Fulton. Defensive back.
It's Christian Fulton, the corner out of LSU. This is a very good pick here for the Titans. They needed some help at corner, and they fill it with the Christian Fulton, the LSU corner that should have went in the first round. Very good value here.
He was slapped with a 2-year ban at one point.
So far, there's been no talks of any trade or anything like that. That's something that I would rather the Packers do right here at this point. But they are on the clock, and here we go. Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're going to have an interesting ride here.
The family knows exactly what this country is going through with the pandemic. The family is
kind of a little bit nervous right now. Hopefully, we can get a skill position guy.
His grandfather,
skill position or a defensive guy, inside linebacker for sure. Offensive tackle would make sense. Josh Jones is here still, and
one of the hardest hit in the country by the coronavirus outbreak. So Christian Fulton has had his ups and downs on the field and away from the field.
Okay, the pick is in. There is no trade. Let's see who this is.
As he gets set to go to Tennessee.
If it's a tight end, I'm not going to be too mad about it, but it would make sense if we do. Adam Trotman is a pretty good prospect. Oh, good night. Hey, Howie, how's it going? What's up? Just going live here for this second pick here for the Packers. I started it prematurely, but some people requested, so I go on. So I thought I'd go on before the Packers are making the pick. But the pick is in. We're going to find out who it is. Have mercy, I'm nervous. And by the way, I'd like to shout out King Howie, by the way. Go ahead and check out his channel, Packer fans. He makes good content. He's given me shout-outs plenty of times. Go ahead and check his channel, sub to him. That would be great if you could do that for him and for me as well. Amigo Jones, Pittman Jr., unfortunately he's gone. The Indianapolis Colts took him higher in this round. So he is gone. It's sad to say. That was one of my guys. I'm very, very pissed that the Colts took my man Michael Pittman Jr. and then the Jets took Denzel Mims, and I'm like, crap, all our receivers are gone in the second round, you know. All right, here we go. We got Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst on camera. Brian has really nice glasses, by the way. There's one of Matt's sons.
In the second round, let's find out. Go, Pack, go.
Here we go. Here's the pick.
With the 62nd pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, Green Bay Packers select AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon, a running back.
Boston College.
Okay.
Well, I think Aaron Rodgers will be okay with this pick, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, this pick makes some sense because we possibly could lose Aaron Jones because of a contract, and we possibly could lose Jamal Williams as well. So this is not a terrible pick. Probably could have waited for a running back.
In Indianapolis. Lewis, what do we make about this kid who was so productive on Chestnut Hill?
I definitely agree. Wilson could have waited for the running back here. Why did we get a running back? I just mentioned this because there is a lot of uncertainty with Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams on contracts. I really don't like it that we picked a running back this high when we need somebody to come in and play right away as opposed to a future pick. This is, again, all future here for some reason, and I don't know why.
I'll tell you this, he's a workhorse. He's the kind of guy who really...
I thought Denzel would fall to us, absolutely. I thought he was going to fall. But when the Jets were on the clock at 58, I was thinking, oh no.
Vertical. Needs a few more reps catching the football, but yeah, 800.
I'm okay with that. Just okay. I totally agree. I'm okay with it. I can't give it a slam dunk A pick or anything like that. I have to digest on it and try to figure out and try to think of this is supposed to be our 95th pick or 94th. I mean, maybe. I think we definitely could have got one there.
Yeah, he's the 2020 version of
it certainly looks that way. I mean, we didn't fill a need at all with this pick, but we did fill a future need. I don't really get this one very much. I like AJ. He's a pretty good back and everything like that. Man, he really kind of like fits what we do in terms of running, outside zone scheme and whatnot.
He also became the first black captain in Notre Dame history and a member of the College Football Hall of Fame.
There's just a lot there's some negatives that I could go on about. So,
Dillion started digging through some photos to see his
I mean, what I say is, just don't take my word for it. You can always think of just go and find out and do some homework yourself and talk about. They can talk about these prospects. Yeah, we're kind of picking some backups right now at this juncture, but I really... Brian is actually on his phone. He's showing his living room. I have no idea what that... I guess he was just trying to show AJ the room, or he was just taking film of it. How do you feel about Good's past two drafts overall? I love last year's draft. I thought we got some pretty good players in the draft. We got Darnell Savage in the first round. In the second round, we took Elton Jenkins, the guard. He's going to be really good. In the third round, I'm kind of forgetting who we got there. It'll come to me in the second. We didn't have a fourth round pick, which we won't have one this year again. In the fifth round, we took Dexter Williams, I think. And we had Dexter Williams in either the fifth or the sixth round. Kadar Holman was also a sixth round pick. And the draft, Brian's first draft with us, 2018, taking Jair Alexander, Josh Jackson, two corners back to back. That was great. Oren Burks, the inside linebacker.
Mel, what about you?
Yeah, it's really it's kind of a mixed bag. Brian Gleason seems like he's drafting what Matt LaFleur wants, not what the team needs. I don't know if there's anything saying that Matt LaFleur absolutely really wanted AJ Dillon or anything like that. I know that Matt wanted Jordan bad, and he said, let's go for it, and moved up to go get him at 26, and Jordan is a Packer and will be the heir apparent to Aaron Rodgers when it's all said and done. Hate the pick. Packers fan 12, I understand. I understand it too. We didn't fill a need at all with this pick. No wide receiver, no inside linebacker. But I understand this because I think maybe in the third round we can possibly get Devin Duvernay. So it makes some sense to wait on this one. The wide receiver class is deep. But passing up on an inside linebacker right now makes me mad because we need another one to play with Christian Kirksey. No! Kansas City just took an inside linebacker. They took Willie Gay.
Willie Gay, but has some off-field issues. He was suspended 8 games by the NCAA.
You gotta be freaking kidding me.
9 other Mississippi State players.
Willie Gay is gone.
And then he injured Mississippi State quarterback Garrett.
I am really confused now. I am too. Right now I'm trying to take all this in and just letting my spirits fly with all this. God. Vikings fan here, what is going on over there? I have no idea. Traeger email. What is going on? And Seattle just traded a pick to Carolina. I had Seattle move out of this spot exactly, but it was with New England, not Carolina. I had Carolina move up with Green Bay at 62 in my mock. Carolina's moving up the board like I projected that they would. Kind of interesting. Yeah, exactly. We don't need another running back. Not right now, we don't. Packers fan 12. We do have Jones. We have Jamal. We have Dexter. And then we have another fourth running back. I'm forgetting his name. Oh, my gosh. I mean, I don't know how many running backs we need, but we do have this offense tailored towards the running game. So I understand it. And AJ could be a very good running back for us next year for sure. If we feel that our running, if we don't get Jones back, if we don't get Jamal back, then I understand, and then AJ could be the guy that is going to start for us next year. I legitimately don't get this. Yeah, Jake, I think they are building a team. I think so too. What's good? I think I understand. I think it's true. I think they kind of are building for the future with Jordan. I don't get it. This team is ready to win now. Unless Goot doesn't think we are ready to win after getting trounced by the 49ers like they did. But what are we doing, George? Your guess is as good as mine, man. But I would say building for the future. A backup running back after a backup quarterback can't take this ugly rebuild. I wouldn't call it a rebuild. It's just it's more like going for some future needs and filling them there instead of going for immediate needs. And the draft is not really all about filling the immediate needs all the time. Sometimes if the best player is available, you can pick him, and I have no problem with that. The Packers did go BPA with Jordan Love. They said that Jordan was one of their last first-round grades, and they went best player available, and that's why they moved up, because they felt so strongly in Jordan being the guy. Okay, it seems like we're picking practice squad. We need defense. I wouldn't say we're picking practice squad level players. Jordan Love is by no means a practice squad guy or anything like that. He's just a raw developing quarterback, and yes, we need defense. Well, we absolutely need to get some defense, some defensive players. We need a 3-4 defensive end at the right side, and then we need an inside linebacker to play with Kirksey. Unless Oren Burke steps up, then or Curtis Bolton for that matter. If Bolton steps up, then great. Then we could have a nice duo of Kirksey and Bolton, or Oren Burks or one of the other guys. Also, don't be surprised if we see Raven Green play more like the inside linebacker type of role. That's probably why we may be passing on inside linebackers here, because we do have Raven Green. Okay, we have two good running backs. We need a middle linebacker. We got rid of ours. Exactly, dude. Exactly. I mean, we do have two good running backs right now that are under contract, but after next year, they may not be under contract. Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams were drafted in the exact same draft, and their 4 years are almost coming up. They're in their they're coming into their fourth year. Third year. It's either third or fourth year. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember the year when they were drafted. So, oh my gosh. And King Howie, we just drafted Dexter last year. WTF? Exactly, man. Is Dexter not going to be that good, or is he just going to be a backup player? I think the backers feel that he is probably a backup caliber guy, and AJ Dillon is more of a starter. We need outside linebacker and a few corners, so we aren't social distancing the receivers. I don't think we need an outside linebacker, and we probably could go for a corner later because of Kevin King is going to be out with a contract soon. Let's see. I think we already picked a running back because Jones made contract the other episode. State of the fans. Either way, so it would be gone. Yeah, that's my thought process all the way. One of them will not be back. I do fear that it will be Aaron Jones because of the whole money thing. He may want a bigger contract, whereas Jamal will probably be the one that will be here. But I think that Jamal is a backup guy. We added Jamal Lewis too. Jamal Lewis. Who is Jamal Lewis? Could you help me on who Jamal Lewis is?
In the 2020 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, Jamal Davis. Okay.
Defensive back.
Right.
Southern Illinois.
Jeremy Chin went off the board. Dang it, the Carolina Panthers took Chin. Jeremy Chin I wanted for the Packers. Trey Jones? I mean, that's a possibility and everything like that, but I personally wouldn't do it, Malcolm, because I think Jones just fits very well in what Matt LaFleur wants to do. I understand if you can get a really high draft pick for him, maybe that could be the plan. Maybe there could be a plan to trade one of the running backs. But I just don't get the sense that why Jones would be traded, because I just don't think it goes that way. But okay, yeah, I want to go back to Jamal Davis, the linebacker. I think he's an outside guy and not really an inside linebacker. And I think he's kind of more of at a certain level. I can't really tell where he's going to be. I think he's kind of going to be like a depth guy.
He's a heck of a player from the 1AA level. Yeah, real quickly, he was in the third round. Terry Taylor was actually a first-round pick of the Seahawks in 1984.
Okay, so
Jeremy Chin became so enamored with.
Right now we're heading into the third round of the draft, and I'm going to do a reaction to our third-round pick. Cincinnati's pick is in for the third, and I'm going to be interested to see where things go for where they go.
Let's go back to the commissioner.
With the 65th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Logan Wilson, linebacker.
Whoa, no, you gotta be kidding me.
Logan Wilson and family having to wait no longer than the first round.
No.
Pick, rather, of the third round.
Logan Wilson's gone. Cincinnati just took him.
This is a kid from Casper, Wyoming. He said wearing the yellow.
Oh my God.
Meant something for me. His father, Trevor, wrestled at Dickinson State. What can we tell
You've got to be freaking kidding me.
Well, I think
you're going to look back 5 years from now, and we're going to talk about this being one of the best.
No!
Rising so much of Fred Warner as you go back and look at him in his high school tape as a DB, and you see what he does in coverage at the college level. You can see how he started at the.
Oh man, there goes one of our linebackers, guys.
Once he got to the collegiate level there at Wyoming.
First Willie Gay, and now Logan Wilson.
His ability to
Hopefully Troy Dye is going to be available at 94, because I wouldn't mind getting him if we don't screw this up again and not get a linebacker at all.
Get to it right here. You can see he's quick to see it, sort it.
I guess it could be Raven Green Kirksey playing linebacker for us, and we're not going to get one at all. It would surprise me if we get a safety. And I think that'd be a good idea to go get a safety, because we do need some help back there, get a backup for Darnell, and whenever Adrian Amos is going to move around a little bit, and I think he's like the strong safety guy. He's the strong safety. He plays back there, and then Darnell plays free, and then we got Raven Green playing in the inside linebacker safety role that we have. Redskins are making a pick.
Washington Redskins select Antonio Gibson, running back, Memphis.
Antonio Gibson went off the board. I think we should have got Gibson actually with this pick. It would have been a lot better if we had gotten Antonio Gibson than AJ Dillon. As much as I like AJ, from what I know about him, we messed up the next 3 years. I don't think we messed up the next 3 years. I think we could be pretty strong in the next 3 years.
In college football and coming out in this draft.
I really think we did mess this one up.
He has tremendous home run ability.
I wonder what AR is thinking. Michael, I don't know what he's thinking right now. I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't really care all that much right now. I don't even know if he's even watching the draft or anything like that. I think a lot of players don't really get all into the draft, and they don't take much stock into it. They just go about their business and do what they need to do for their career and perfect their craft. So I think Aaron right now is probably thinking, Jordan is going to be like Aaron Rodgers requesting a trade. Nothing that I've heard of that he is requesting any trade that he shouldn't, because he's the man in Green Bay right now. So in that regard, Aaron should not ever think once for 1 second that he wants out of Green Bay because Jordan was picked. I mean, think of the situation. It's not like Brett even asked for a trade when Aaron was picked back in 2005. Brett knew he was the man in Green Bay, and everybody knew he was the man, and was the man until Brett retired in 2008, and then the Packers moved forward with Aaron, and then Brett knew that it was over, and that's why he was traded to the New York Jets, because the Packers moved on, and it was the right move after all. So I got to give Ted Thompson and Mike McCarthy credit for moving forward with Aaron Rodgers at the right time and saying goodbye to a legend, the man that personified the Packers, what they really were back then. And I remember 2008 like it was yesterday, and it was tragic when it was happening. I was sad to see Brett go, but I'm thankful that Ted Thompson and Mike McCarthy made the tough decision to do that. Did we draft Dillon because we can't afford to bring back both Williams and Jones? Good question, Basketball Rhino. I think we'll be able to afford Williams, but I'm not so sure about Jones, because I think the price tag will be higher for him because he is the better running back of the two. I get the feeling that Jamal will be back in Green Bay and Jones won't, if the price tag is that way. Or if we want to spend our money on Jones, then we'll have to say goodbye to Jamal. So if we have the cap space and if we can afford Jones, I don't see Aaron Jones going away because he is valuable to the team. Not that Jamal isn't. He is very valuable to the team, but he is just not as good. I love Jamal. Don't get me wrong. I love Jamal. I love his swagger. I love his positivity. I love what he brings to the locker room and to the table as a blocker and a pass catcher on the backfield. But he's just not as athletic. He also doesn't have the vision that Jones has. So AJ Dillon is going to be our number 3 guy behind the 2 guys for this year. And then in 2021, it'll probably be AJ Dillon starting. So that was a very good question.
7 a.m. Good Morning Football Crew on NFL Network spots the biggest winners of the 2020.
All right, now we are into the 3rd round again. Detroit is back on the clock. They are making a pick.
The NFL Network. We are rolling through the 3rd round of the draft. The Lions are on the clock. There you see Matt Patricia, head coach. Pencil tucked behind ears.
I just really can't believe that we let our chances of getting an inside linebacker slip away from our hands like this. Like here,
we'll find out what
it's kind of like here. You got inside linebacker dangling right here. Just grab it. We can't grab him. You know.
Cornerback.
I don't get it.
Overall,
wide receivers, I think they were kind of gone. The 2nd round guys, I think they were gone. It made some sense to let that one go. You know, I mean, I don't know, man.
Let's find out where they're going to go, and let's head back one more time to Roger Goodell.
I give the Packers might as well pick up a kicker for Mason Crosby.
The Detroit Lions.
He's locked up for another 4 years.
Linebacker, Notre Dame.
Julian Okwara went off the board to the Lions. I mean, I don't think the Packers are going to be that stupid to go for a kicker in this draft. I mean, that's actually pretty funny, to be honest.
So Julian, this is Romeo. Romeo, this is Julian. And as for Julian, born in London, raised in Lagos,
I have no idea what's going on right now.
North Carolina in the 3rd grade, and again has the potential to play with his brother. Now his season was cut short by 9 games after a fractured left fibula in the win over Duke. But before the injury, he had become a team captain.
Oh, it's interesting. WalterFootball.com gave the C grade for the Willie Gay Jr. pick. And they gave us an F, and he gave us an F for AJ, an A for Jeremy Chin.
Explosive off the edge.
So I went and talked about this for quite a bit of time. I would like to return for our next pick.
Still has a little room to get stronger.
PGG, what is Goop doing? Building for the future. That's my guess. He's building for the future, and obviously just ignoring the needs of currently right now, and thinking maybe he can address some certain things via trades after the draft, or if he has his eye on some guys that with this being a very deep class, maybe he could see that there's a wide receiver in this round that he can get at 94 if he doesn't trade up. I can't believe that Josh Jones is dropping the offensive tackle. Now that would have made a lot more sense. If you want to build for the future, you get an offensive tackle to potentially keep coming in for David Bakhtiari, who has a contract that's coming up. You never know. I give the Packers a C-. Yeah, I think they deserve a C- at best right now. I want a 3rd-round receiver? Absolutely. Ashton Davis came off the board for the Jets.
Okay, this is a fascinating.
I thought we were in win-now mode. I thought we were in win-now mode, too.
As the mystery man in this draft.
My gosh.
Santa Cruz, California, which is known
I don't think we're in win-now mode. This is looking like it's building for 2021 and beyond. 2020, I think we could possibly be seeing, I don't know what's going on right now. I get the sense that this team is probably just going to punt the season and just go with a losing record and rebuild for the next 2 years or something, because it's starting to look like that. It's starting to look that way. I guess maybe the 49ers game was a wake-up call. because it certainly seems that way, that this team was not ready to contend for the Super Bowl. At least that's what it felt like at the time. That's what I was thinking. That was my thought, was like, we are not ready to take on the 49ers. Their speed and physicality was too much for us, and I know this has gone on long enough, and I would like to come back here for another stream for the Packers third round pick. So stick around, guys. I will be coming back with my a live stream for the third round pick, 94th. I will see you guys then. Peace out.
If he gets some seams as a kick returner, fantastic pick. By the way, he was